a real page-turner of a thriller. Really good material. You're always guessing what's real and what isn't.
I liked very much doing something where I could work with Liam Neeson because there's a surprise about it.
Martin Harris doesn't exist.
He's brought a wonderful mystery aspect to the character. It's been a real pleasure being able to work with him and watch how he works.
It isn't an accident. It isn't a coma.
Liam Neeson was on the top of my list. He was a dream for me to work with him. We have so little time to meet this character before everything starts happening that I wanted to make sure that the audience really connected with him. And with Liam, it's like really an instant connection.
After seeing Taken, the audience roots for him so much. You just really want him to succeed. You want him to win. You just believe in him. You trust him. So it was a perfect vehicle for him. I think he liked the fact that he gets to kind of kick ass in the movie, which I think is good.
I was an amateur boxer for years, and I remember when I was about 16, I had a fight for the Northern Ireland Championships. I got beat on points, and my trainer said to me, "Okay, go and get changed." And I remember thinking, what does he mean, changed? And he'd say, "Go to the dressing room." And I was like, I really didn't know what he meant. And I was obviously suffering from a little bit of trauma, and it lasted for about a good 3 minutes, 4 minutes maybe. It was enough to make me stop boxing. It's always stayed with me, that memory of not having a memory, if you know what I mean. So when I read this script, I totally locked into what this character was going through. I really got a sense of this amnesia. Tell me, I gotta know.
You want to give me a reward? Stay out of my life.
He seems very comfortable with what he does and the way he built his character. It's wonderful to watch him work. He's a wonderful actor. The scenes where he has to be intense, or he's a big man, so when he gets into it, he can be quite threatening.
The casting really puts a different complexion on various characters. So knowing that Liam was going to be playing Martin, I knew how he would sound and I knew how he would look, and that's a huge help.
Liam's an old friend, one of my best friends. It's nice to work together again, you just kind of pick up, you have a shorthand.
Liz wanted to see all the museums. All I wanted to do was go to the
L'école Polytechnique. But she insisted. And that's how I first saw Leonardo's Vitruvian Man!
Wow. We have quite an extended fight sequence. We had quite a bit of training to do. There's nothing better than doing that with a best friend, because you actually can have a giggle with two guys in their 50s fighting, pretending to be 30-year-olds.
I already worked with Liam on Taken. On that movie, he have done all his fight by himself. So I know what he's able to do. He learned very quick. He's training often. He's pretty fit. He's doing a lot of exercise, a lot of cardio and things, so it's not a problem for him.
I'm looking forward to seeing the car crash, which was a huge set piece. There's one sequence where I'm supposed to be unconscious and the water levels is coming up past my head in the back of this car. That was pretty scary. There were a couple of moments where I thought, boom, I have to get out of here.
He's very tough. Sometimes I have to stop him because he wants to do everything. I have to keep him on the side because it could be dangerous.
Shooting in Berlin in the winter was very, very cold. Running around the streets and freezing our asses out. Yes.
His first take is equally good as like his third take. You could use any takes. Sometimes I would just do the second take because I felt I had to. He's the gift that keeps on giving for a director.
Get off the tracks!
I'm trying to.
He's a great guy to work with. His ideas were great, and he was just really focused. It was a win-win all around.
That's kind of essentially it in a nutshell. I didn't forget everything.
Mr. and Mrs. Harris, welcome to Berlin.
Can you tell me what you remember, Martin?
Has anybody been looking for me?
There is no Martin Harris. He doesn't exist.
What? Thrills and spills and psychological catches.
Get off the tracks!
I'm trying to.
I think the story is very surprising. I saw myself seeing it in the theater. It's definitely a psychological thriller, but there's action in it.
It's a nail-biter, because you really don't know what's going to happen. And the final twist, you can't figure it out. Get your hands over! When they tell you, oh, that's what happened.
I'm Martin Harris.
Action!
I play a character called Martin Harris. He arrives in Berlin with his wife to give a lecture.
Oof. Welcome to Berlin.
He gets involved in an accident.
There are no rules with severe trauma of this kind. Memories get lost or fractured.
He then discovers that someone has taken his place, another Martin Harris.
Liz.
Do I know you?
What's wrong? It's me. Your husband.
Martin.
You are Dr. Martin Harris?
Last time I looked.
And that's what makes the film so exciting, is that he keeps thinking, this isn't amnesia, I know I'm this person.
I totally locked into what this character was going through, this amnesia, to kind of almost become a baby again, and that you don't have a memory, and you're saying words that you don't quite know where you got the words from.
Liam Neeson was the top of my list. I've always admired his work. It was a dream for me to work with him.
This man is not Martin Harris. I am Dr. Martin Harris.
He's the gift that keeps on giving.
After seeing Taken, the audience roots for him so much. You just really want him to succeed. You want him to win.
Liam's a lovely man. He's a very professional actor, and he gives a lot, and it's been a real pleasure being able to work with him.
He's a big man, so the scenes where he has to be intense, he can be quite threatening.
It's flanked on either side by two very, very beautiful actresses.
January Jones plays this kind of icy, cold, calculating wife.
We're not really sure if she was a bad guy or a good guy. I thought that that was something unusual and interesting for a female character.
I love you.
Diane Kruger is beautiful, sexy, stylish. She had to be with Liam through all the action, and she was keeping up like the best.
Also had the chance to work with one of my dearest and oldest friends, Aidan Quinn. We have quite an extended fight sequence, but there's nothing better than doing that with the best friend.
It's been a long time since I was in a kind of a thriller like this.
Martin, we have a great cast.
Oh my God, look at you. How are you doing?
What are you doing here?
Well, you called me.
It's an international group of actors. It's what this sort of thriller should be like.
Whoever's been doing this, they've been planning it for some time. The great Bruno Ganz. I was so thrilled to work with him.
The question is, why would they want to take your place?
I would do every movie with Bruno Ganz.
I really like that this amnesia and identity crisis is playing in Berlin, in a twin city which was separated. This is the city for this story. It's perfect.
To shoot an American film in this city, that's a wonderful thing.
There's going to be a great deal of tension throughout.
I think the audience will appreciate the fact that it's not predictable.
This one will be interesting to see it next to an audience when they find out all these extraordinary things in the last half of the movie.
It's got a lot of action in it. I mean, there's some big explosions and some fights and gunshots and things that I like to do in the movies. It's just cool.
You really don't remember, do you?
I didn't forget everything.